So some of you guys know that I spent a lot of time talking about most of my encounters with so-called family. I always left feeling very strange, like I didn't, like it was something strange going on. I didn't understand what was going on because it was something strange. Yeah, that's the worst thing for an empath, man, is to constantly be around shit that makes them uncomfortable. Why y'all think I keep telling y'all that I didn't even really spend that much time around these people after the age of 19, 20 years old? Because these people were very strange to me. I tell y'all, remember I used to tell y'all how I used to go see my grandfather by myself without telling nobody? And then my grandfather would go and tell somebody, oh, Chip came by to see me. And then my so-called parents would be like, what did you talk about when you went over to, and I'm thinking like, well, I didn't understand what was going on. Like, why was my so-called parents so worried about what I was saying when I went to go see my grandfather on my own? God, I don't want to be any more uncomfortable energy, man. I'm tired of feeling uncomfortable. If anybody makes me feel uncomfortable, I'm just gonna simply walk away. I don't want to feel uncomfortable anymore. But just to complete this story, so one time I went to go see my grandfather, and this was the caretaker days, because he had a stroke, and I actually bought him some stones. It's funny because that was the first stones I ever bought was for my grandfather after he had a stroke. I bought him a lapis lazuli stone because I read that it helped with strokes. I didn't know nothing about stones. All I know is that when I heard my grandfather had a stroke, I wanted him to heal because I felt like I didn't spend a lot of time with him. That's all I was thinking about. I even went to go see him in the hospital by myself. See, I might not have known, guys, what was going on, but I always tried to stay away from feeling uncomfortable. That's why I used to go see my grandparents and call them on the phone on my own without nobody knowing. I knew something was going on, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So I think the very last time I went to go see my grandfather, the caretaker there struck me as really strange. And let's just say by the time I left, I felt so bad that was my grandfather's caretaker. I don't know what my grandfather was thinking, guys, about things. I don't know because I didn't spend enough time with him to know. Every time I went to go see him, it was all surface level stuff because his wife was always right there, and I never really got to spend time with him where me and him got to have meaningful conversations. But he must have thought so well of me, though. I would probably spend the rest of my days wondering what he was thinking about me that made him love me so much. Because we never had any deep conversations like that. He was surrounded by enemies, basically. But that caretaker, I just want to close it out. I just remember how strange that caretaker was to me when I came to see my grandma. I didn't like that caretaker. Like, I see somebody and I know whether I like somebody on the spot. And so you can imagine how I felt leaving, knowing that would probably be the last time I see my grandfather, and then just having that bad taste in my mouth on how that caretaker was very strange to me. Man.